Hi, my name's Chloe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video and it's going to be a 24-hour readathon challenge. Basically, I'm just going to be reading as much as I can for 24 hours. Sorry, that's my cat. So this is my first YouTube video. I want to introduce myself. I'm 20 years old. I'm a full-time college student. I'm a full-time employee. I'm a pharmacy technician and I love to read. And I don't have any friends in my real life who like to read or talk about books, so basically I just watch a lot of BookTube videos and book talk videos, and I love hearing people talk about books, and I really have always wanted to do this and I've been too nervous, but I just decided to try it out. So without further ado, let's get into the list of the books that I want to read for this challenge. Sorry. Ruby! Yeah, you gonna say hi? This is Ruby. She's eating me. Stop eating me. So it's 10 o'clock now, so I'll go until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm filming this on a Wednesday, so I'll finish it at 10 a.m. on Thursday. So this is my very ambitious TBR. It's mostly like, I wouldn't say spooky necessarily, but it's just like fall vibes to me, at least. Some of them are spooky. So I wanted to give myself different formats. So I have Ruby. Now I know. So I wanted to give myself different formats. To break up the 24 hours so I don't burn myself out or anything. Sorry, that's from Ruby. Okay, so let's start with the book I'm like in the middle of and I just am hoping to finish. Actually, two books I'm in the middle of that I'm hoping to finish today. I'm doing a reread of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone because this is very fall vibes, to me at least. And I'm on page 194, so I'm definitely gonna finish this today or tomorrow. And then I'm also hoping to physically read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I've heard a lot of really good stuff about this book. I really like that it's like a mixed media situation because that's really fun and it'll also break up the reading. So this is about a girl who, I didn't say what Harry Potter is about, everyone knows what Harry Potter is about. So this is about a girl who lives in a small town, and I don't know that much about it. I know she is trying to clear somebody's name. I think she is very interested in like crime and like true crime and everything, and there was a murder in her town a few years ago and I think she's trying to solve it. I think someone was like wrongfully convicted of it, so I think that's what this is. I know this is a series, so if I like this, I'm going to read the whole series. This is like a YA, so it should go by pretty fast. It's only, oh, it's like 400 pages. Well, it's 387 pages, but the text is like pretty big and it's like mixed media, so hopefully I can read this fast. And then also physically, I'm hoping to read Bunny by Mona Awad. I really don't know much about this. I've heard so many reviews about this book from people who I have the same taste as in books and people who I have like opposite taste as in books on the internet. So I've heard really good things from both sides. So I'm hoping to like this. I know it's like a very open-ended book. I think it's like doesn't really wrap up very neatly, which sometimes I really like and sometimes you just feel like really unsatisfied. So we'll see what I think about this. Hopefully I'm gonna get to this. The text is pretty small, but it's not long. I think it's under 300 pages. Oh, it's like 303. Okay, so I'm hoping to get to this. So this one I probably won't get to, but if I'm looking to break it up with some romance, I could read Verity by Colleen Hoover. I really don't know anything about this. I just have read a lot of Colleen Hoover books and I've enjoyed most of them. I actually don't think this is strictly romance. I think it's also kind of like spooky vibes. I really don't know anything about this, but I've heard like a lot of good things. I think it's like about like a guy who can't finish his book, trying to write a book, and hires a ghostwriter, and it's all very secretive. And oh, it's a romantic thriller. I've never read a romantic thriller, so hopefully I can get to this. If not, I want to get to it soon, hopefully in the month of October at least. And then while I'm doing like dishes and laundry and I have some like stuff I need to do around my house, I'm going to be listening to an audiobook. So I have been in the middle of my reread of Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a YA thriller. I don't know if it's really a thriller. It's definitely like a YA mystery, and I really love this whole series. So I'm rereading this, and I'm like halfway through it, I think. So if I do end up finishing this, which I don't know, I'm probably not going to be prioritizing audiobook reading as much, but just like when I'm eating and cooking and doing things around my house, I'm going to be listening to this. So if I do end up finishing this, I want to read where is it? Frick. So if I do end up finishing this, I want to try to start Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Cesar. This is also a YA thriller slasher, I think. I've heard it's like very much slasher movie vibes, so. But I don't think it's like that scary. I'm not really into like scary books, so we'll see if this one is scary or not, if I get to it. And then I also have a few manga and graphic novels to just kind of like, if I'm feeling sluggish or I feel kind of tired and I don't really want to like read little text. That's why I love manga and graphic novels. So first I have Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Johnny Sun. This is like so cute, and I think it's like the art style is like very like young, and it's like very simple, but I think it's like very cute, and I think it's about like exploring. Read this book only if you want to feel more alive. Okay, sign me up. So I don't really know much about it, but I'm excited. Hopefully I'll probably get to this one, because it's very like, there's not a lot of words on a page. This will take me like 30 minutes maximum. Then also I have Fangs by Sarah Anderson, which I have read. This is like such a beautiful book. I have read this, but I really want to read it again in October, so hopefully I can get to this one. This one's like a romance between a werewolf and a vampire, and it's like so silly. It's like funny, and it's like cute, and I'm hoping I'll get to this again, because I really did enjoy it the first time. And then also I have a manga, Dissolving Classroom by Junji Ito. I really don't know anything about this one. I really love Junji Ito. Did I say Ito? Ito. I have read a few of his books. So I'm probably gonna like this one. I love his art style. It's like so pretty. It looks really like gross, which most of his books are, just like gory and like gross, but in a fun way. So that's my TBR. Hopefully, I doubt I'll get to all of these, because let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 books here. I doubt I'm gonna get to all of these, because like I read kind of fast, but not that fast. So we'll see what I end up getting to. So yeah, let me just see if I can hold this. So yeah, this is my TBR. I think right now I'm gonna start A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, just because I'm like really keen. I'm really interested in reading this one. So I probably am gonna start this. I'm probably gonna like have a snack and get cozy. It's 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna start reading now. So it's been like an hour. I'm on page 56 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So far I'm actually very intrigued. Usually by this point in a book, you're still learning a lot of background information and you're not really like hooked yet. I'm only like less than 100 pages in, and it's kind of like, it's like a 400-page book, but I'm already like really interested. I already want to know who did it, what happened. So basically, yeah, it's like about a girl who is trying to solve a murder that happened in her town a few years ago, I think 6 years ago, and somebody was not convicted of it. Somebody was presumed to have done it and presumed guilty, and so far she's been interviewing family members and friends. The girl, her name is Pippa, and she's been interviewing the girl who died's friends and her family members and her ex-boyfriend, who was the one, her boyfriend is the one who they assumed did it. So she's been talking to the boyfriend's brother a lot, and he actually seems like he's going to be a pretty interesting character. I really am liking his and Pippa's dynamic so far. They seem like they're going to end up like teaming up or like being friends or maybe like get together or something. I'm not really sure, but I am liking it so far, so I will keep updating. But I'm getting hungry, so I might eat something soon or switch to my audiobook while I eat. So I'll keep you updated. So I just ate lunch and I was listening to more of my audiobook, Truly Devious, while I cooked and ate. And it's not really much to say about that. I've obviously read the series and I really enjoy it. Of the main character, Stevie, she's like really a great narrator, and it's just like really fun young adult mystery. It's like set in a boarding school kind of. It's like this really rich guy from I think the 30s or 40s set up this like new school where everything's free. It's like this, he was like a billionaire or something, and basically, sorry, my cat's playing with the window. And basically in the 30s there was like a kidnapping of his wife and his daughter, the man who started the school. And there was a letter written like a week before the kidnapping and sent to this man, and he got like a lot of like death threats and stuff because he was just like a really famous, like really wealthy man. So he didn't really think much of it, but the letter was signed Truly Devious, and later on in the investigation it comes out that like this letter was more relevant than they thought it was. And basically the case was never really closed. It was never really solved. There was like a somebody came forward and like admitted that he did it, but it wasn't the truth or something. I don't really remember the ending, honestly, which is kind of fun because I don't really remember who did it. So basically, like, this happened all in the 30s and the 40s, and Stevie, our narrator, is a girl who's going to the school now, and she's basically there, and she thinks she's gonna solve it. So but it is a really fun time, and I remember not guessing who did it. That's really what I remember. So anyways, I'm taking a break from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I am really enjoying it. I'm up to part 2, which is chapter 12, I think, and I am really liking it. I'm very hooked. I really just want to know who did it already. There's been some like advancements, and like I thought the brother Ravi, who's the brother of the man presumed to have committed the murder all those years ago, has teamed up with the main character, Pippa, and they're kind of working together to try to figure out what happened. So it's getting really good, and I'm really interested. But I do want to take just a small break so I can read Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Johnny Sun. Just to kind of like, I'm just kind of tired, and I just want to like lay in bed and read something like with pictures. So I just finished Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too. It was so cute. It was so sweet. It made me tear up a little bit. It's basically just about like this alien who comes to Earth to look for humans and like study humans, but he only meets animals and he thinks that they're humans because they live on Earth. And it's like his journey, like speaking to animals, and like it's not really about that. It's like exploring loneliness and exploring like confidence in yourself and being who you are and not worrying so much about the future. I have some quotes I want to read out. This one says, I was so worried about what I would become in the future that I didn't realize I can be anything I want to be right now. This one says, the harder it is to say goodbye to somebody, the luckier you are to have met somebody you're going to miss. There's just so many like beautiful quotes, and it's like it's all written like this, you know, like where it's like typos but like on purpose. So I thought it would be hard to read for me, but it wasn't. Obviously, it's just pretty simple. It was so cute. 5 stars. I'm giving it 5 stars. It was so cute. Normally graphic novels I never give 5 stars because they're like not a lot of words, there's not a lot like going on, but this one has such like a beautiful message, and like even though there aren't that many words, like so much happened in this book and I loved it. So 5 stars. So that's one book down for the readathon. I think I'm gonna get in bed. It's like 2 o'clock. I think I'm gonna get in bed, get comfy, and finish or try to finish Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I've just finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Took me longer than I thought it would. It's almost 5 o'clock now, so I'm gonna do some dishes, some laundry, some homework, and update my reading journal. So I'm gonna listen to my audiobook while I do that. Sorry, I'm like. So I'm gonna listen to my audiobook while I do that. I have like 3 hours left of my audiobook, and I listen on 2 times speed, so that's like an hour and a half. So I'll probably finish that tonight, if not in the morning. I'm not going to talk too much about Harry Potter because of the author. It's just like a comfort read for me, and sometimes we have to read our comfort books whether we agree with the author or not. So I'm not really going to talk much about it, but I don't think I'm going to get to Bunny or Verity. Maybe I'll be able to at least start them. I'll be happy if I could like at least start Bunny, because that's one that I definitely want to read in October. And Verity I wanted to read in October, but if I don't have time, I don't have time. But Bunny is for a YouTuber's book club that I like to do, Books with Chloe. I love her channel, and this is like her Patreon buddy read of the month, so I definitely want to get to this at some point in October. Maybe I could at least start it tomorrow or something. I still want to read Dissolving Classroom and Fangs, so maybe once I finish all my house stuff, I can read Fangs next. And then I want to get back into A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So yeah, that's the plans for tonight. I'm definitely going to eat dinner soon, and I definitely want to sleep tonight. I'm not like staying up for 24 hours or anything, but I might stay up like later than I normally would, and I wake up pretty early, so I think I'll be able to get a lot more done tonight, and at least some done in the morning before my 24 hours is up. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. It's a lot later now. I think it's like almost 9. I've been reading more of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm on page 175. I read a lot more of Truly Devious while I was doing laundry, and I ate dinner and everything. I have acne patches on my face, but I'm about to take my makeup off, wash my face, get ready for bed, but I think I'm gonna stay up and keep reading until I fall asleep. So that's my update. This is Ruby. Okay, so it's the next day. It's 2:30 now. I finished the readathon at 10 o'clock, and now I want to talk about all the books I read. So I think I did pretty good. I was up later than I planned on being up last night, but I read 6 books in this readathon, so pretty good. So let's start from the beginning. I finished Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too. I read this first. It was a graphic novel. I gave it 5 stars. It's by Johnny Sun. It was very cute, very sweet, but also very deep. Like, it explored a lot of themes I didn't expect it to. I want to talk more about it. I want to do a wrap-up of all the books I read in October, so I'll talk more about it then. But yes, I gave this one 5 stars. The next book I finished was Harry Potter. I'm not reading this one. I'm not rating it. But yeah, I finished that one. And then last night I finished the audiobook for Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I gave this 4 stars. I think I gave it 4 stars last time I read it as well. This is just like a 4-star series for me. It's really fun and enjoyable. It's a young adult mystery. It follows our main character Stevie as she attends like a world-renowned boarding school. It's like very selective, very secretive. It's free, and it's like, it was started in the 40s by a very wealthy man, and there was a murder, and there was a double kidnapping murder in the 30s. So it like is kind of dual timeline, but mostly it follows like police reports and accounts from the night of the double kidnapping in the 30s, and then like what happened after and everything. And it was never fully solved. He was convicted of it, but it turned out that he didn't actually do it. So basically it follows that timeline as well as the present day with Stevie as she's attending this school now, and she's here basically to solve this case. She's very interested in true crime, and she comes here to solve the case, and a lot of stuff happens while she's there, and it's kind of like mimicking things that happened in the 30s or the 40s or whatever. So yeah, this is just like a really fun series. It's a trilogy. So yeah, I really recommend this if you're into mystery or crime or anything, or just, it's just a fun read in general. So yeah, 4 stars for that one. And then last night I read Fangs by Sarah Anderson. Also 4 stars. This one is about a werewolf and a vampire who fall in love, and it's just like really funny, and it's like their dynamic is really funny between like a werewolf and a vampire who are in love. It's like they're supposed to be enemies, and it's like, it's just like really funny. There's like some really funny stuff in this. So yeah, 4 stars for this one. And then this morning I woke up, and actually last night I read up to like 280, I think, of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then I fell asleep. So then this morning I woke up and I was planning on getting back into this, But then I picked up Dissolving Classroom by Junji Ito because I just wanted something. I was like tired and I was just waking up. So I read this while I was waking up. This was crazy. This is not what I was expecting it to be, but it was kind of awesome. It was like a few short stories and they kind of connected at the end somewhat. So basically it's, I don't want to like spoil anything. I think it's better to go into this not knowing anything about it. This is the cover. It's so beautiful. And I love the art style. It's like so gory and I love Junji Ito. So I give this 4 stars because some of the stories I didn't love, but most of the stories I loved. So I think 4 stars is like a good place for this to be. And then this morning, after I finished that, I finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And this is why I went a little over the time. I think it took me till like 10:30 or 11 because I was just really invested and I wanted to finish it. So I don't even know. I guess, I don't even think about it. I guess 4 stars. This was a wild ride. I was hooked from like the very beginning, which is not common for me. It usually takes me a while to get into books because I usually read them over a span of time. I never really sit down and read like a big book. I mean, this book is like big. It's like 400 pages. But I never like sit down intending to read like a whole book like this, but I got really invested really fast and I just couldn't stop reading it. I read it like all day yesterday and all last night. I was up really late. I couldn't sleep. So I was reading this for a long time and then I finished it this morning and it was phenomenal. I'm definitely going to be finishing the series. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I definitely want to talk a lot about this in my wrap up because this is like, it's actually very similar to Truly Devious in like the sense that they're both young adult and they both follow like a main character who's very interested in true crime and like solving a murder. But like they turn out very differently. This ending I did not see coming. I can honestly say that. It was kind of insane. I had like theories throughout it and like somewhat I was correct, but like there's really no way to guess what this ending was. It was really insane and I've never read anything like it. So I definitely want to read the rest of the series. I think there's 2 more books. I don't know if it's a trilogy or if there's only 3 out right now, but I definitely want to read them because this was amazing. And then this morning while I was eating breakfast and everything, I started the audiobook for Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Cesar. So far it's pretty interesting. It's supposed to be very thrasher slasher vibes. And I can see that because already I'm in, I think before chapter 1 even started, in the prologue there was a death. Ruby. Already there was a death in the prologue. So I've heard a lot of people say that this book like it started fast and like never stops. So I'm very excited to see my thoughts on that, but I didn't finish that obviously. And then I didn't start Bunny or Verity. So I read 6 of my 9 books. So the 6 I read. I'm pretty happy with it. This was like a really fun readathon and I hope it's like a fun video for my first video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you'll subscribe so I can post more and you guys can see more from me if you want to. So thank you so much for watching and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!